First of all, the reason why the Commission has decided to use a digital register as opposed to physical register is to prevent certain malpractices that were actually there before. And this basically is determining the number of registered voters as you are coming to vote. Using of the physical register actually involved deleting the name of those people who have voted. And the register, physical register, had all information regarding the voters in that particular polling station. And therefore, that practice of deleting to confirm who has actually voted, which is also being carried out by the KIMS kit, it was also being done physically by using the register of voter. So in strongholds, it is possible that the ones that are remaining, after a certain period of time, they start now entering the ID into the KIMS system, and they give this and give their would-be voters ballot papers for them to go and actually cast. And this malpractice is what the Commission is trying to curb. Whereby, let's say when it reaches 4 in the evening, and then you look at who has voted, who has not voted, you can see the ID numbers of those who have not voted, and then you start now entering the same into the KIMS kit, and therefore will be allowing illegitimate people to vote. This is the, first of all, what is the reason? This is the reason why the Commission has taken this. Now, the other question is, how are you going to ensure business continuity just in case there is a failure in the technology? One is that the design of the KIMS kit is that it will use SD card, which is going to have information regarding the voters for that specific polling station. So the way we have organized is that we'll have backups KIMS kit in each and every ward. We'll have more than 4 backup kits, because right away we have about the 44,000 that we used during the 2017 election, plus 14,000 that we have actually, 14,100 we have bought. So this actually gives you a lot of KIMS kit that can be used for the purpose of, in case a kit fails, then you can now just be able to replace it with a working kit. And all you need to do is basically just to remove the SD card from the KIMS kit and insert it in the new KIMS kit. That way the presiding officer will not have visibility of who has not voted, because the KIMS kit will only show the numbers of who has voted, the count of the people who have voted, but they will not have visibility of who has voted, who has not voted, and what is the ID number, so that they can play games. So this is meant for good intention, not for any bad intention. It is basically to prevent malpractice that actually has been observed before. And so I've explained that there's going to be, and then also this KIMS kit is going to be connected to the network through the GSM, because at the end of the period, it is going to be used for the purpose of transmitting the results to the constituency as well as the National Tallying Center. So this KIMS kit, as it is being used, it is going to be programmed in such a way that at a certain specific time, it will be sending information to the National Tallying Center, to our servers behind, telling us the turnout. So we are able to also now very well compare favorably what is the turnout at a certain period of time, and then you can also be able to provide this information. So failure of one kit does not mean that there's going to be total failure. Of course, it is possible that some station may experience this, but we want to assure that we have got ample or adequate backups to take care of any kits that are going to fail. Thank you very much.
Let me just add. Let me add before you ask. The KIMS kit then is offline, and it is standalone except when it comes to transmission of results. And then the other aspect is that you walk in a polling station, your biometrics cannot be identified. What happens? So all you need is an ID. You have your ID number is taken, and the presiding officer then uses that ID number to log into the system, and your details will pop up. So there's no chance that you'll be turned away if you are a registered voter. The fact is the digital register is the same register as what would be on the hard copy register. So the fear that voters will be turned away, that's not true. Nobody will be turned away so long as they have an ID and they are registered to vote.